Hey Glam Squad, welcome back to Beginner's Guide to Makeup, the series that helps busy women with their makeup struggles in just a few easy steps. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create a dark plum halo smoky eye, which also complements the prominent eye shape, which I discussed in a lot of detail in a previous video, which I will link here for you. So if this is something that you'd like to see, then just keep on watching. For this lesson, you'll need 4 different eyeshadow brushes. You're going to need 2 different types of blending brushes, one large and one small for more detailed work. You'll need a pencil brush for the lower lash line, and then a flat eyeshadow brush for your halo effect and also for your brow bone. You will need 6 different eyeshadows, your transitional shade, a pale pink shade and a darker plummy shade, a dark brown, and then also 2 highlight shades, one for your brow bone and one that's slightly more shimmery for the halo effect. You can finish off the look with mascara or lashes of your choice, and this part is optional, but if you struggle with a lot of eyeshadow fallout or even just eyeshadow placement, I'd highly recommend using shadow shields as they will save you so much time. If you're new to my channel or if you're new to makeup, you might be a little bit confused about what the halo eye technique is. So a halo eye, also known as a spotlight eye, is when you apply darker shades to the inner and outer corners and a lighter shade to the center of the eye to fake the appearance of rounder eyes. I personally think that the halo smoky eye looks amazing on most eye shapes. However, I will be making a few small tweaks to complement prominent eyes more. If you want a more elevated winged liner effect with your shadow, you can apply your shadow shield right up against your lower lash line. If not, just make sure you apply it lower down. Take the soft peach shade or a transitional shade and your fluffy blending brush and blend this as normal back and forth across the crease and swirl it up towards the brow bone. Take the lighter pink shade and again a fluffy blending brush, and this time you want to blend it back and forth across the crease but not as far up as the first shade, and this time you also want to tap this in the inner and outer corner, so you're just getting your color placement ready. This is also kind of working as a transitional shade because you're going to be going from lightest to darkest. So again, just work on tapping this in the areas that you want it. Now you want to go in with your darker plum shade, again using the same brush, and you're applying the eyeshadow on the exact same area that you applied the first shade. You're just working on deepening up the plum shade. This will really intensify the halo. So the darker you go with the eyeshadow, the more intense the highlight is going to stand out. Darker shades are also extremely complementary on prominent eyes. Anything dark is going to recede back or almost like contour the eye and push it back, and anything light is going to bring it forward. So particularly when you're working with prominent eyes, the darker you go, the better. So again, just keep working over that, just deepening up the plum shade. Now I'm going to go in with a dark brown eyeshadow, and this time I'm going to be switching to the smaller, more detailed blending brush. This is a lot more detailed, so you can really pack it into the inner and outer corner and be really precise with your color placement. This, you just kind of want to pack it on in like a V shape or a C shape motion, and then pack it right into the inner corner as well. And just take your time with this, just keep blending it to make sure the color blends smoothly into the plum shade. And the dark brown shade is really important if you do have prominent eyes, because like I said, the darker you go, the better. So you can leave this step out if you don't have prominent eyes, but if you do have prominent eyes, I do recommend it. Don't forget to connect the inner and outer corner through the crease. Just make sure you leave the center of the eye as clean as possible. Once you're happy with the intensity, you can go back with your blending brush with no additional product and just blend over the edges to make sure everything is clean and smooth. Now you can go in with your halo effect, so you can take a nice sparkly shimmery shade. I chose a rose gold, and you can pack this onto the center of the eye. If you want it to be a little bit more intense, you can just wet your brush slightly. Go back with your blending brush with no additional product and just very softly blend over the edges so the shimmer is not as harsh on the edges. Apply highlight to the brow bone to tie the whole look together, and then you can finish off the top lid with lashes or mascara of your choice. If you struggle with applying false eyelashes, I'd highly recommend doing this before your lower lash line, as it's so much cleaner and it will stop you from creating a lot of mess. Then you can finish off your lower lash line with black eyeliner, and then you can smoke the purple out on the lower lash line. Normally for a halo smoky eye, you would leave the center free and apply the highlight, but for prominent eyes, I'd recommend just using the darker shade on the lower lash line. Again, this will recede the eye back and just make it look a little bit smaller and not as prominent or protruding. I really hope you enjoyed this week's lesson and found it helpful and easy to follow. Pop back next week for another beginner's lesson, and feel free to check out my beginner's guide to makeup playlist. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. My question for you is, what tip did you find most valuable from this video, and will you be trying out this makeup technique? Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!